Hi everyone, welcome to our Learning Jira series. In this series, we are going to looking at issue types and issue type schemas in Jira. Like what we discussed in our last session, how to create a project. Now we need to add issues and issue types to the project which we created earlier. So how to do that? Let's take a look. Basically, issue types are classified as tasks, futures, stories, and associated with the project. We need to have issue type schema created. That issue type schema will be associated with that project in order to have the end-to-end relationship. So how it works? Let's say you have tasked with setting up 4 projects, and out of 4 projects, the 3 projects you need to have new feature as well as a task issue type to be associated, whereas the third project you need to have stories along with the new feature and task to be associated. So how you do this is you need to create 2 schemas. The first schema would include 2 issue types, and the second schema will include the 2 issue types plus the stories issue type. That way, type schema will will be associated the project at the end. As you see in Jira, issue types in Jira is a way to break down pieces of work into issues. An issue can represent a task, a bug, an improvement, etc. Each Jira application comes with a default issue type to suit the needs of project and teams. The default issue types in Jira are subtask, bug, epic, improvement, new feature, story, and task. You will see a detailed information along with each issue types. So a bug, as you know, it's a problem that prevents the function of the product. An epic is a larger part of a story. Multiple stories can be considered as an epic. An improvement is just an enhancement to an existing feature or a story. A new feature is just like a new feature of a product which we need to have. A task is part of a story or it can be a standalone one. That way, Jira classified issue types. Okay, now let's get started and discuss about how issue types, and issue type schemas are being getting created. In this, to start with, we have to click on the admin cog issues. Yes, this will get us into the system admin page where we have issues which list out all the default issues which are available in the Jira project. As we just seen over this, we have bug, epic, improvement, new feature are being listed over here. Issue type schemas, where all the issue type schemas available in the Jira application will be listed here. Subtask will list out all the subtasks. Let's get into create a couple of issues. In order to create an issue type, we need to click add issue type. Before we get into creation of this issue type, there are issue hierarchy in Jira. A standard issue type or subtask issue type. Issue type hierarchy basically a story's task to just capture a functionality requirement will called as a standard issue type. A subtask, work components that make up a story. A multiple task will join, will be combined together to form a story, will be called a subtask issue type. On top of this, called epics hierarchy. Epics is a combination of story and subtask. So basically, we will be prompted with these 2 types, and we have to create us. In our example, let us assume we are developing an application which supports web and mobile platforms. Uh, so in order to capture requirement for web functionalities, we are creating a new issue type called web platform, and I'm choosing the type as standard. We have created the web platform issue types. Let's create another one, mobile platform. That is also going to be a standard issue type. Add. Okay, let's create another one, IoT platform. I'm going to create this as a subtask issue type. So all our issue types are now being created here and be edited as well. You can click edit button and make changes to it. When you do this edit, you will be also prompted with issue type avatar. You can choose which issue type icon from the available list. Just choosing this one and updating the issue type which we created just now. So this is how we need to create an issue type. Let's go back to our project. We are in the project settings page. Default Jira, when we create a project, will have a default issue type associated with it, and it includes all this following issue types. In order to create a new issue type, we have to go to system settings, issues, and in issues choose issue type schema, add issue type schema, p beta issue type schema web. So we have named them, and we can able to see now the newly created issue types: mobile platform, IoT platform, and web platform listed here. I'm going to add these three things. We have named it, and we are going to save now. Now we have created our issue type schema, p beta web. Now let's see how we can associate with our project. Let's go back to the projects. Select our project beta, and if you see, the issue types is already listed with the existing one. In order to change this issue type with the new issue type, we need to click the existing one and it will be taken to the next. So now we are in the pbeta software development issue type schema. Click actions, use different schema, or edit issue type schema. In this example, let's choose use different. Now we have an option to choose an existing issue type schema, and the schema what we created is p beta web issue type schema. The moment you select that, it will be listed with only three newly created issue types, correct? Web, mobile, and IoT platform. Click OK. Now we will be prompted with the screens. So what it actually telling is already there is a issue which is created with this project for a future. So that issue Jira is suggesting us how to transform this new feature with our new issue type schema. In order to do this, we have to make our choices here. Let's click next. So now we'll be prompted with the step 2. In the step 2, we have this two issue type, standard issue type, which we created. In this case, you will not see the subtask issue type here, which we created. This will always list standard issue types. I'm choosing mobile platform as a new future alternative for the new issue type schema. Choosing this, click next. So Jira is telling all checked, all fields values will be retained. Choose next. So the earlier target project beta target issue type should be mobile platform. The current is yes. We have done with the changing the issue type schema. In order to see this how it has been affected, let's go back to projects page. Yeah, you notice this? We have now P beta web issue type schema. In order to check how this is working, let's open up the project in a new tab and try to create a new defect, new issue. Let's create a new issue. Okay. Now if you see, earlier it was with multiple other features. If you see in our first session of creating a new project, you will see multiple options here. Now we only have two issue types which we created just now. So this way, an issue type can be created in Jira and associated with an issue type schema, and that issue type schema can be associated with the project in order to get them available in the new issue creation in Jira. Let's quickly go over how we can change an existing issue type schema with multiple issue types. Let's go back to the project screen, projects. Now click the same thing. Remember earlier it was a different default issue type and we changed the schema to our newly created issue type schema. Now let's click this, and when we into the issue type schema page we will see this accent cog. Click accent cog. Instead of use a different schema, edit issue types. Now we'll be prompted with the edit mode of the issue type schema. So what we can do is like we if our requirement been enhanced and we want to have epics also included in our issue type schema, then we can use the existing epic issue type into our own issue type schema what we developed. So it have epic web platform, mobile platform and IoT platform. This mobile, web and IoT are what we created, and epics is a default issue type available in Jira. Now we can go and click save. It has been saved now. Let's go back and create a new defect. Let's see how the new defect to see the new issue type which we added just now. You notice earlier it was mobile and web platform. Now we have epic included. This way in Jira we can add issue types and associate an issue type to an issue type schema and then to a project in order to have them available in every issue creation mode. Thanks for watching.